Welcome to the week 4 Pickems. This week I did not host it. It was actually Toad and Staarii that hosted it. But if there's anyone in the future that is looking to host, DM me on Discord. I'm looking for some different people just so that I'm not the one doing it every time, just to get like maybe a different set of eyes on it. But if you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and good luck on everyone's battles for week 4. Oh, and one more thing real quick. If you ever hear Staarii or Toad talking to themselves, I was in the call with them. I was just muted, and I would like mention stuff to them. Just wanted to make you guys aware of that.
I guess we just jump into it.
Yeah, let's just start.
Alright, so first matchup is League 1, right? This is, I don't know who, I know one is Cprime, and I think the other is, I think I played this guy before. Oh, it's Frobe,
Yeah,
okay.
Frobe.
Alright. Okay, so, I mean, first things first, Sun is really bad for Cprime. Like, it's a really good matchup for Frobe. I think Zard Y, especially with Chlorophyll looking, really kind of tears him up. It means Ardas is a good answer, but nothing can really switch into Charizard. I don't know. The only thing I'm worried about is Frobe not prepping correctly. I think that's the only thing that is like a loose con for him. I think if he brings like his core 6, like Charizard, Lilligant, Walking Wake, Sylveon, and like a defensive Necrozma, I think he's gonna be alright.
Yeah, they are pretty strong versus against him, but
yeah, if he has to have a lot of pressure though.
yeah.
Like Kartana is kill leading. He has 10 kills in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
But
If you can say.
no, go ahead.
But Charizard is at least weak to Stealth Rocks, so if he can get and keep the Stealth Rocks up, Charizard can't come in and set the sun.
Yeah, I mean I tried that, but his rock setters are Nidoking and Terrakion,
Yeah,
which like
they won't
you lose a
stay
lot of
around for long.
momentum.
Yeah, Dragapult also looks pretty good here, but I don't think it can outspeed even with Scarf. The chlorophyll ones.
I think it can. I want to calculate.
Let's see.
It cannot. No,
Okay,
not with max speed.
it's gonna be a tough matchup.
I think he just has to somehow get momentum. If he can get momentum, then he can just cycle kills with Kartana, but it's gonna be really hard. Because like Alomomola does not have good special defense. It can't really switch into Charizard. Like, I mean, there's always an off chance that he just doesn't bring Scorching Sands, and Volcanions could switch.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fast-paced game.
Definitely. I think overall, I mean, I'd expect Frobe to win, but I definitely think it's gonna be lossy for both of them.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a lot of sacks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be who gets the first kill first has the momentum, and it can steamroll from there.
Yeah, who can maintain momentum throughout the match, especially. I mean, I played Frobe, I beat him, but I was trying to get up Stealth Rocks really hard against his team, just because he has so much offensive pressure on every Pokemon.
It might be even better to just ignore the Stealth Rocks and start hitting first.
I think that's what I had to do. I mean, he brought like some weird stuff. Good prep, but it wasn't like the prep that worked. I mean, if Cprime brings like the perfect Mon here and he plays perfectly, then I think he can win, but I think it's gonna be very difficult.
Yeah.
Alright, this is I had a look at this one. Cause like these are some really interesting teams. Like I played Vortex. I played this team, but I haven't played the Bombs team.
Yeah, I think GM is gonna go insane here.
Yeah. It's just really hard to switch into.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Scizor takes. I think the crunch does like probably 80%.
Let me calc the max defense.
Like max defense Scizor, yeah.
If it's choice band, it completely annihilates.
He has no reason not to run choice band.
Yeah, it's also with the rocks. If it uses that.
Yeah.
Even something like SD can be tough. But
max defense
and bullet punch.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be choice band.
See no reason why not.
Tapu Lele also is pretty bad for this matchup.
Crunch is 44 to 53 on max Scizor.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. I mean, he doesn't even need to get rocks out, but he can. Because, I mean, I took advantage of this. hazard removal. It's not good.
Yeah, it's
Because you have to you have to bring Rotom, which is really bad into this team, or you have to bring Scizor has to run Defog, which is like, I mean, you want to run Bullet Punch, you want to run U-turn, you want to run Roost.
yep. At least Tom doesn't have spikes.
Yeah.
He'll get out of hand pretty quick. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, so we can actually revenge kill Lele.
Yeah, and if
Yeah, terrain helps a lot because it ensures that like Scizor can't Bullet Punch, Meowscarada can't Sucker Punch, Haxorus can't First Impression, Valiant can't Vacuum Wave.
Chiembo and Tapu Lele. The like only switch into that is Scizor, and it can't specialize in both.
He also has one of the best Zoroark checks in the game is Gudra. Just absolutely can't touch it.
Yeah, it's so bulky.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to see like ways that. I mean, it's kind of weak to Vanillux, but Jirachi.
Yeah, but it's
just like not. And I just can't beat out the pressure. Like Chien-Pao and Lele is so insane with Landorus as a pivot, and Rotom Wash. It's an amazing team.
Once Vortex figures out the sets, he can try to play around, but it's gonna be tough.
If he brings like some hyper offensive stuff, like he is. I mean, it's hard because you can't really set up because he has Skeletors. I was gonna say like Valiant could set up. It's gonna be really difficult.
It's gonna be a good end game.
No, for sure. Valiant is. It's great. I mean, if he's running like booster energy, he can save it, but because it has to come in and revenge kill so much stuff, like it's gonna be hard. I think. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Slowbro. I think it can take crunch with what's the berry, the dark one.
Oh, it can take a crunch, but I think the bigger issue is having a steel type that loses to their fairy is really bad.
Yeah.
And that kind of opens the door, like, because it can't switch into Beedrill. It can't switch into Beedrill and Chien-Pao.
Yeah.
And he has like no other like Mon with decent bulk. Like Rotom is good, but Rotom is like it just gets hit with everything here. Like it has no use or resist for this.
Yeah, it will be a tough matchup, but with good sets, I think he can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can get up, like, I was gonna say like if Meowscarada can run spikes or something, and you can play around that.
Yeah.
You can play a chip game and then sweep with Valiant, but it's very difficult, especially because I mean Chien-Pao isn't affected by hail, Lele's not staying in, Beedrill's not really staying in for too long.
Yeah. And the snow thing even boosts the defense of Chien-Pao.
Oh, it's true, buffs it. Maybe Veil could be useful, maybe like for Valiant, but I just think through Veil it just does too much.
Yeah. I don't know if Tom gets Brick Break on anything. I think Beedrill gets it.
Chien-Pao gets Brick Break. I know Beedrill gets Brick Break.
Okay, and Gudra probably does.
Yeah, but I don't think Gudra would be. I mean, Gudra's coming here, but I don't think it. Yeah, it can switch into Vanillux.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just like really any combination of his Pokemon except Altaria just kind of wins. It's just such a tough matchup, just because your Steel type loses to Lele, which is kind of a loose con in the first place.
Yeah, and Clodside doesn't like taking any hits on this match.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I opted to not I was for banning Chien-Pao just because it's so oppressive.
Yeah, I had to prep week 1 and it was pain.
I don't know when I'm playing Chien-Pao. I think I might be playing it this week actually.
Let's see. I don't really like myself Recordman's draft. It seems so like random. There's 2 Terran setters but no one to abuse it. GU doesn't have. I think Tapu Fini can take it from GU. Is it Terra? Okay, Terra Grass. It's.
I want a couple damage on the Hiligo.
It may even, doesn't have good special defense.
Dude, that's crazy. Modest specs does 61 to 72.
What the?
Actually, that's with zero investment. Hold on.
Yeah.
Even with max investment, it's just does over half with Dark Pulse. That's modest specs. Huh? Psychic? It doesn't kill.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no way
psychic.
this kills. Yeah, it doesn't kill.
Yeah, I think every time Shiyu gets in, it's gonna be KO.
Hmm.
But I also think Roaring Moon, after one Dragon Dance, should probably sweep the entire team. Wishing they can take hit.
Will it get Mach Punch? I don't think so.
No, it gets Shadow Snake.
Okay. I think I can just out-offense him. That's what I can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be another, like, once the Geo is down, I think you have good matchup.
I mean, also, like, if he's like Life Orb or something, he doesn't beat Nihiligo. If he's Specs, he doesn't beat Finny. Just...
Yep, it's about figuring out the moveset.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she is always going to be a threat. I think something else is a little underrated. Zygarde. Like, my grass resist is really bad. Like, I'll probably bring the Serena here anyway, just because he has really easy hazards.
Yeah.
With Yuxi, Weezing, and Polion. Like, I can't really contest that. But that's why I have Serena. I mean, it's a ground resist, but Zygarde is tough to play around.
True.
Actually, I want to calc Lullaby. I don't think it takes much from Zygarde.
Yeah, Lopan is gonna be also good here, since it's so fast.
I mean, I've brought Lopunny to every match.
Yeah.
It doesn't really come in that much. It's just really good to have.
Yeah, it's nice to have that backup fake out and
The outspeed stop with Coco is amazing.
Yeah, unless it's Scarf, but I don't think
no,
it's
Scarf
gonna be.
Coco is a joke.
Yeah, it's gonna be so weak.
Let me see Eviolite. Max HP, max defense. Yeah, this thing absolutely, it pretty much just walls Zygarde. Like, Jolly Band is like 35 with 1,000 arrows.
Okay.
I think I'm definitely bringing Lullaby to this. I mean, it comes in on Rillaboom.
Yeah.
Comes in
Just
on...
need to be careful of the knockoff.
Yeah, that's true. It also beats Yuxi 1v1. It's convenient, but I think overall, I think it's going to come down to micro play, kind of opting for just preserving HP and good positioning. It's going to be a tough game, I think. I'm not really sure who's going to win, honestly.
Yeah. Ferrothorn is gonna be also pretty nice switching.
I don't even think I'm bringing Pharaoh to this. I think I just need other Mon.
Yeah.
Because he absolutely loses to Zygarde.
Yeah.
I haven't brought 2 Dragon Dancers in the same week yet. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that this week, but
He doesn't have much answers to them anyways, so.
But I think his answers to a lot of my stuff are really good. If I had to pick, I'd probably say him. Just from his first like 5 Mon, but I don't know, his back end is not very strong.
Yeah.
Especially against my team. Alright,
Yeah,
I think
the first 6 are like the main ones.
Yeah. This is another one where a lot of the matches are just this is the first match we've had that isn't like clear cut, like one team is significantly matchup diffing the other one. I think this is very gonna be player dependent.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a longer game.
Yeah. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the Moths actually have a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Like this is actually he can literally bring 6 Quiver Dancers and win.
Yeah.
Like this is so bad for this stall team.
Yeah. It's not the best matchup.
I mean,
as funny as it is.
Yeah, Volcarona with Quiver Dance just absolutely destroys this. Like he has no, he's a stall team with no unaware, which is really, it's critical. I mean, Como can run Overcoat, but it dies to Hurricane.
Yeah, I'm Psychic.
And Psychic, that's true. I mean, Azumarill can kill it, but it can't really kill other stuff like
Yeah.
Palafin, like sub-taunt Palafin. Absolutely destroys this team. Besides Ting Lu, Eliki just has free reign. It can kind of do whatever it wants. It gets rid of hazards really easily.
Was it Terra Fairy or?
Terra Fairy. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
How much does it do to Ting Lu? Make call it real quick.
Something also is Ice Face for physical attacks or is it for every attack? Yeah,
Physical.
I was gonna say. So it doesn't really help it here. And his team really can't switch into Iron Moth.
True.
Like Slowking is there, but
Booster.
Slowking is like it's just setup fodder for something else.
Garchomp is also pretty good here.
Yeah, Garchomp was really good at him. It just lets in a lot of his like more reliable one. Like it lets him Rotom, it lets him Tornadus. Maybe like a bulky variant. Like, does Garchomp get taunt? I don't know. I can check.
I'm not sure.
I guess it does not get taunt.
Okay, let's see how much Terra Blast does to Ting Lu.
Probably not very much. Like 30 something.
Yeah, it's to max special defense. It's 30.
Yeah, the only
That's
mon here
without specs.
Yeah, you can't afford to run specs, you need to run boots.
Yeah.
But the only mon here that like really poses a problem is like combination of Registeel and Zumaro.
Yeah.
But like again, like Garchomp has spikes, and they do not have reliable recovery.
Yeah.
Like the only mon on his team with reliable recovery is like Slowking Slack Off, which is like rarely clicking, and the Moongus Synthesis, which probably just doesn't even have.
Yeah, it's gonna be more a regenerator.
Like this is like a team like designed to stall break. It's just a really hard matchup. Like normally there's like counterplay to this, and I guess there is to some extent. Like Ting Lu is really good at being setup supers, but it's weak to bug, which is annoying. It also lets in Slitherwing and just lets it click moves against them.
Yeah. I want to see the 6 mods.
I would love to see 6 mods. I mean, it's realistically
I don't think it's
you
gonna
can't
happen,
bring... No. The point of drafting 3 18-point mon is so that you can bring 6 mods.
Yeah.
But I think overall, yeah, a combination of like Eliki, Spikes, Chip, Quiver Dance, and just like choice moves from Iron Moth and Slitherwing is really hard for him to deal with.
Yeah.
Like Palafin in the back too, like Frostmoth is really hard for him to deal with. Just a lot of tough stuff. I think this is going to... I think it's going to Cudles.
Which mod is gonna come.
I mean, it's Frostmoth, right?
Yeah. I think Venomoth is also pretty nice here. With the tinted lens.
That's true, but also can Sleep Powder Slowking, which Frostmoth can't. Yeah. I think it's going to Cudles. I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
I think this game is pretty done. Assuming he doesn't like completely misplay. And like losing HP on Palafin early is bad, losing HP on Garchomp is bad.
Yeah,
and
Joe's gonna need some insane tech like Scarf on the...
Yeah, because like in order to get rid of spikes, he has to bring in something that's weak to like one of his really strong mon. Like he has to bring in Tornadus, which gets an Eliki. He has to bring in Rotom, which doesn't any bug.
Yeah. Any
moth, and just put some quick moves. I think it's really a really unfortunate matchup for... Who's this guy?
Joe and Cudles.
It's Ardas. Okay. I don't know how you guys in Victini let this stuff happen. Like, this is insane. Like, what is Chi-Yu, Goldengo, Dragonite, Finny, Mega Scizor?
Yeah.
That is
the darn
crazy. Why did he tear a Finny? Okay. It's Terra Dragon.
Fairy Dragon and the Ruderis Psychic Fairy.
He's got the in-game team. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ting Lu is
that's
Poison.
The best Terra type. I mean, you got Valiant, Palafin, Torn is disgusting.
Yeah, I played this Bumblez team last week.
How did you do?
I got completely annihilated by it.
Yeah, and you got Mega Sceptile in the back, dude. This is crazy. How do you prep for this? But like, how do you deal with either of these teams?
Oh no, wait, this was week 2 game. Yeah, I lost 1-0.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think it just comes down to, like, see, here's the thing. I'm gonna give the edge to, what's this, Bumblez, the bottom team.
Yeah.
Just because I think he has the ability to switch into some of his other mon while the top team just can't. Like, it really can't. Like, it's just unfortunate because, like, the mon that he has, like, Palafin can beat Clodsire, like, Iron Valiant can beat Finny. It's just really hard to switch in, but I think that, like, King Lu checks Chiyu, Goldengo by itself. He has Gudra. He has, I mean, it combined with, like, he has so many good Pokemon. Like, I don't even know how this team is, like, a thing. Like, he has momentum, he has really good choicers, he has great offense, great pivots. Like, he's just really hard to deal with because, like, the top team is great, just a bunch of really good mon. But I think in this matchup specifically, it's not really going to cut it.
Yeah, I don't like the Tapu Fini plus Dragonite combo, since it weakens the dragon moves.
Yeah, it also doesn't help Dragonite because it can still get status.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it does work just because Chiyu and Goldengo are great wall breakers, but you also have, like, and Darmanitan, but you also have a great set of Sweeper in itself, which is Scizor, which is really good with Finny. I think overall, like, just because the bottom team is so good, like, it's actually just that much better, I think it makes it really difficult to find a game plan. Like, I don't know how I would prep for this.
Bumble has so much more options.
Yeah, like, Valiant is just Valiant. Valiant by itself is so oppressive. It forces defensive Mega Scizor. Because Goldengo can check it, but then Goldengo just loses to Tinglu. Because it gets its air balloon popped, or it has to run leftovers, or has to run something. And then it lets in Tinglu and it gets up hazards. And your removal is Finny and Scizor. And Scizor does not want to switch in because it has to check Valiant. It also has to check Sceptile. Which is, like, just a looming fit. Like, it's not that great, but it is there. And it does outspeed his entire team.
Yeah. Gaber has pretty slow team. Chiyu is the fastest one.
Yeah, and you can afford to run Modest on that too, with significant HP. And this is, like, and he has Slowbro as a pivot and Tornadus. He has a Regenerator core. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how I would beat. I don't know how any team would beat this. Like, this is one of the best. I'm just going over it in depth because I haven't seen these teams before. So sorry if I'm taking up time, but this is just incredible. Like, I don't know how I would deal with this because like the first team is a really good team, just can't beat this. Like, not even with the offensive pressure it has, because so much of it is, like, it's not at that caliber, right? Like, if you look at the bottom team, like, it can deal with these to some extent. Like, he happens to have, like, 3 super power crept mon, his first 3, and that just kind of, and the rest of them just kind of complement them. Like, Knucklestack can't get anything in. Clodsire loses to pretty much everything on his team. He gets hindered somehow. Scizor is under a lot of pressure, so is Finny, so is Goldengo. Darmanitan can't really switch into anything just because everything is clicking U-turn. I see this going to Bumblez for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, if you're facing a Sneasler team, it kind of just comes down to how well can you deal with Sneasler, and he happens to have, like, 2 of the best checks you could, like, ever want in Zapdos and Annihilate. Both of them come in, both of them really, like, the one thing it's like he can't really get momentum back. Because Corviknight is a really good check to Chien-Pao. Like, it obviously takes, like, a lot of damage, but, like...
Yeah, I think this Terra Electric.
Terra Electric? Chien-Pao?
It's Dark Electric. Yeah.
That is insane. That is... I don't know why, but that's... I mean, obviously that helps here. It also means he's not weak to, like... He's not weak to first impression from low kicks.
Yeah.
He's probably still does anyway, because it's low kicks, but...
Yeah.
Like, Zapdos is, like, such a good mod. Checks Sneasler, checks Rillaboom, checks Salamence. checks low kicks, doesn't really check Heliolisk, but it just covers so much of his team. Gastrodon covers the rest of it. Venusaur is
and Mega
really hard for
Venusaur
me
is
to
also
bring
nice.
here. Yeah. I think Mesprit is actually a crazy good bring here because it completely destroys Slowbro.
Yeah.
Like, it just sits on it forever and it gets up like rocks for free. It can come in on Donphan and just beat it 1v1. It can do something to Delphox. I mean, Delphox is probably not coming anyway because it loses the gap. Oh, no, it doesn't. It gets Grass Knot. Oh, it's Terra Grass.
Terra Grass, yeah.
You didn't need to go Terra Grass to get Grass Knot. But, I mean, it loses Dragalge. Because it has to be choice. Like, every Delphox I've ever used is choiced. Because it just doesn't have that much power. Like, overall, the team's just, the power level's not that strong. And because this guy has, like, OU Uber's threats, like, this guy's only, like, OU Mon, this Corviknight. Like, if you, I mean, I know it's not, like, actually, like, a measure of power, especially when, like, Tyrion, like, Quagsire exists, but, like, if you look at this, he's using Mon like Donphan and Heliolisk, and, like, this guy has, like, Kamal and Vespa, but he also has 2 Ubers. He has 2 Ubers, an OU mainstay, he's got Mega Venusaur, he's got Rotom Heat, which is one of the best draft Pokemon ever. And he has to go up against, like, basically a team revolving around 1 Pokemon and, like, 3 choice users. He really just has to play well, and that's what it comes down to, I think.
Yeah.
Because the matchup doesn't really matter. Like, what types the Pokemon are, what moves they have doesn't really matter. Just the stats are just way better.
Yep, it's so much stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much else to say.
Yeah, there's not really much else to say. Okay, Frozen Cavalry, alright. Okay, off rip. These teams are weird.
Yeah.
Like, I have to look at
this. Which is this water or Shifu?
It's not weather. Neither of them are weather.
Well, a water one. Rapid Strike.
What? Why doesn't this guy just trade, like, something for it? Just drop Slowbro and, like, just drop Slowbro and Orthworm, get a, like, 1-point Mon and get Pelipper. The Tapu Koko team or the Dragapult team?
The Koko. Yeah, he got that 6-0 sweep with the Urshifu last week.
Yeah, Urshifu was tough for this team as well.
It's Terra Grass.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's really bad for this team. I mean, Dragapult, actually, like, Dragapult can do okay, but, like, Ice Punch just kind of beats it.
Yeah. I think everything else is just getting destroyed.
The point is, I think, like, overall, like, this team really can't switch into anything on the top team. Like, Urshifu's so good in draft.
Yeah.
Hydreigon is really oppressive. Like, I mean, Eviolite Bisharp is there, but it has to be scared. Like, it just forces so many switches. Because, like, he doesn't have any, like, great resists. Like, if you look at the team, a lot of them share really, like, bad weaknesses. Like, the resists are just not there. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's not a long longevity. Everyone has to risk getting hit by a Skull Burn. Everyone has to take Leech Seed. Everyone has to take the damn Mega Banette. Like, yeah.
Iron Bot looks pretty nice here too. It has that coverage. Once the Heatran is gone.
I mean, yeah. Like, I just struggle to find a scenario where this team can't pivot around, like, offensive threats. Like, Great Tusk, he has Tangrowth. Just, like, one of the hardest check, like, I can think of. It's not in the game right now, but Heatran, he has Slowking, which, assuming you bring Teleport, is not an issue. Like, Dragapult is good, but Dragapult is, like, people don't realize, like, it's really good in draft because it is very fast and has great utility. But it's really not that strong, and he doesn't really have to worry about utility because he has Mon like Tangrowth that can just absorb status, and Iron Treads, which doesn't really care about being burned. Like, it's not good, but it's not great either. Like, Cleavor is definitely great here. Cleavor is definitely really good here.
Yeah, it can get Stealth Rocks.
Yeah, for free stealth rocks. And what is this thing's base stats?
It's
Before. Oh, 130. That's not bad. I was gonna say like maybe you need to run band or something, but I think Scarf is gonna be really good here. I think it
yeah,
can actually hit a lot of his team super effectively. I know it gets
true.
close combat. Stab U-turn.
Yeah. I think that Slowking with the chill reception and what's this senseless?
I mean, you're running. Oh, I forgot it has series.
Yeah.
I mean, it's buffing it to 100, so it's not
Yeah.
exactly outspeeding the metagame. But
True.
oh, never mind. It's actually buffing it to 130, which is still slower than Dragapult with flamethrower. But
No, it doesn't double the base speed. It doubles the speed. Let's
I
see
know,
how.
but you're essentially have that because like what is
Okay.
65? I drafted Sans my last
Okay.
league, and I got to semifinal to I got to finals with it. What was it? What's the stat?
Slash. It gets to, if it's jolly, it gets to 502 speed.
Oh, 502. Okay, never mind.
And it
I
outspeeds
take it back.
everything.
I think the issue is just like if the team does not have great resists to his main attackers. Like your fairy resist is neutral to electric. Your electric resist is neutral to fairy or weak to fairy. Slowbro has no longevity because it's Galarian and it has to like try and finagle its way into getting moves off. Bisharp is very weak to chip. And Amorous can't really get in on the pressure because there's so many momentum moves. There's so many momentum moves. U-turn,
Yeah.
U-turn, Volt Switch, U-turn, Chilly Reception, Teleport, U-turn. Sceptile gets U-turn, right? Probably?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, that sucks. And then Mega Swampert, just without rain, is nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
it has to set the rain itself.
yeah, that's really sad. Like, you can't draft Mega Swampert without rain. It just does not provide anything for your team.
Yeah,
Especially
even
because
if
he already has a ground type.
yeah, the better ground type.
Oh.
Even if Slowbro gets some quick draw, quick light cheese, it doesn't have good matchup here.
Yeah.
There's just so many monsters that can just come in and kill it.
Something he does have is an Amorous. But again, like he has to run Scarf and he has to trick Slowbro, and then he doesn't have a Scarf for like Coco. So it's just a really tough because his Mon just have really bad matchups individually.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a team issue. It's just like 1v1. A lot of his Mons lose to these specific Pokemon, which is just unfortunate for this guy, especially because like Sucker Punch is +1 priority, and you can't. Mega Banette can switch into Bisharp going for Sucker Punch and just sit there and spam Destiny Bond.
Yeah.
Or like Will-O-Wisp. No, not Will-O-Wisp, never mind, doesn't work. But like it can just like all of his Mon just beat all of his Mon.
Yeah.
It's not like a synergy thing, it's not like a this team is weak to X. It's just that each individual Mon struggles really bad against one of theirs. It just sucks. Okay.
I think I have pretty good matchup here. The Baxcalibur, even if the Clefable is unaware.
It's like super awkward for both teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fast game.
Cause like it looks good for both teams. Like if you look on it's like, hey, I got Urshifu, you can't switch an Urshifu. I got Aegislash, like I got Bax, you can't switch an like if you look a little deeper, it's like, can it? Because like it gets like worse and worse the more you look for both teams. Because like you have to be worried about so much. You have to worry about hazards. Like it's like Star has to worry about hazards. Other guy has to be worried about like getting like flame body procced. Has to be worried about getting like spikes up. Has to get worried about getting like crit U-turn, which is really really bad. And then like everything has to run a coverage move. Every single Pokemon has to run a coverage move for Shedinja. Because if you lose a Shedinja, then you get that's embarrassing. Bax is a super big threat. He happens to have Aegislash, which is one of the best answers in the game.
The Bax is Terra Steel, by the way.
Terra Steel doesn't really help in this matchup, but I mean, it can be convenient sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
It can't be burned by Volcarona Flame Body or Whirling Wash Will-O-Wisp, which is nice. But it does get walled by Marini. It gets walled by Aegislash can be muscled through with like Band or Earthquake, but Marini can't. Marini takes those hits every day. and especially if it's choice band, it can be played around. But like, the same thing goes for this guy's threats. Like, yeah, Urshifu hits hard, but he has Gliscor, and he has things like Moltres, which is like really scary to play around because you can't click you can't click like an in-between move, you can't click U-turn because that risks Flame Body. And Clefable has to come to this because of like, actually it does, because it's like its only good check to Deancey because Aegislash needs HP. It's just really tricky. This is like a really tricky matchup for both teams. I think like nothing looks good on either team. It's really weird. It's just weird that this worked out because like every Mon has such a hard counter on the other team.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think overall, staarii has a better matchup, but it's like by like, it's so little of a margin that like nobody can really tell what it is, and it's because of this. Because of Shedinja, every Mon that he brings has to run a coverage move, and they have to deal with spikes, and they have to deal with Flame Body, and they have to deal with Gliscor being obnoxious. But other than that, like it's pretty much equal. It's like a very, very, very slight advantage, but it's not something you can capitalize on because like it's either luck based or like you can't guarantee that I'm gonna get spikes. You can't guarantee that Gliscor is gonna be annoying because it depends on what they bring. And if you don't bring Shedinja, then like you can't really capitalize on the threat. Or I can't capitalize on poor prep. But I mean, this is a toss up, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna depend which each of us picks for the game.
Yeah. I think we can move on. I mean, I don't really have much else to elaborate on.
Yeah.